made it to the Porsche Mecca, Manthey Racing no less. Now we're just about to head out on track, and Michelin have very kindly sent us over a very fresh set of Cup 2Rs, which I've never experienced on the GT4 RS. So it's going to be fascinating to see how this thing handles with a fresh set of extra stickies. So this is what it's on right now, the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s. Now these were factory fit. These are also N rated, which means they are a specifically developed tire for Porsche, and more specifically for the GT4 RS. And that's what's really exciting me about these Cup 2s, because these are also specifically developed for Porsche. They're an N-rated Cup 2R for the GT4 RS. It's going to be awesome to see how that transforms the field. Okay, so we've just been introduced to Pascal, who's going to be our engineer for the afternoon, who's going to be fitting these tires. Behold this, look at the size of the torque wrench that you need in order to remove and reapply the central locking wheel nuts on these. So the reason you need this, and the reason it looks like it's off a truck, is because it's required 600 Newton meters of torque in order to correctly tension the central locking wheel nuts. So it's not everywhere you can go to that can actually fit these. Yep. That's something we'd like to see. Cup 2R JWW. All right, this is what we're here for. N-rated Pilot Sport Cup 2 Velvet R. When I say Velvet R, Michelin have engineered this beautiful velvet sidewall on their Cup 2Rs. Look at it, it actually has this velvet feel. It's stunning stuff. We are 295 at the rear on the GT4 RS and 245 at the front. And you can really see, I mean, look at the outer wall here. It's basically a semi-slick. There's so much just flat rubber to lean on. They also have a different compound. So from the outer edge to the inner edge, the compound of the rubber of the tire actually changes. Obviously, the majority of heat buildup is on this section here. That's the outer wall where all of the weight leans, and then inner's a little bit more for displacing water, etc. Although, as you can see by this edge, Cup 2R is not exactly about displacing water. It's always nice being able to see underneath your car. Look at this for brake cooling here. So this is channeling air here, this ducting. This is channeling air to the back of the brakes to help keep those carbon ceramics cool. It's also nice to see that section of extra sticky rubber. Now it's in the context of being on the car. Look at the size of them. I mean, that's a 20-inch versus a 21 on the back of a 3. With that, that's the magic letter right there, and that's the magic combo. R Porsche rated. This is going to be fun. So here's another really cool example of brake cooling. You'd be forgiven for thinking that these intake ducts here, or NACA ducts as they're called, would be for engine cooling or something like that. But they actually channel air into here, which is also for brake cooling. So as you can see, the pipe comes right out from under there, look, which is just there. So these are brake cooling ducts. Okay, tire change complete. Without a shadow of a doubt, the fastest tire change I've ever experienced. Anyone would think we brought it to a race team. Okay, so this is really it. This is really the moment. I've kind of been waiting for this. You know, Cup 2Rs, it might seem marginal, but it's a bit of a game changer. So hop on board and see what's what. That is cold out of the box. Wow. The initial lean is just outstanding. These aren't even up to temperature yet. What's going on?
confidence is quite remarkable. Corner on the ring. Positive camber, tight apex. The lean is amazing. Bit damp at the back of the track here. Obviously through carousel there's more grip than normal, but definitely damp there. Once you've got heat into these, whoa, the load you can carry through there feels so good. Wow. Track as well. Oh, yellow flag here. Yellow flag through here. Woo! Actually, gives us a moment to have a bit of a debrief before we reach the end of the track. Number one word: confidence. I mean, this is my out lap, cold. This morning's damp, there's damp patches, but majoritively dry. Very familiar with Cup 2s. Obviously a phenomenal tyre. There's another level of confidence and lean and trust on these where you feel a Cup 2 would probably start to understeer, start to break away. That's when these find their track bias setting, as it were. And honestly, I think today actually the cold ambient temperature is actually helping the tyres, because it's settling in. It sort of feels like it's found its temperature. It's 14 degrees, which, to be fair, October at the ring, not bad, but the actual surface temperature is quite cold, and I think it's finding its temperature and not going over it. It's sort of settled into itself, as it were. Whew. Under braking too, because they've got this extra sticky surface through brake lift brake, that little dip and jump there. when it lands on the compression, that extra squat, crikey, the amount of braking you've got in reserve. Again, I think the best thing here is confidence. The ring is, you know, is notorious. It's called the green hell for a reason. You know, when things go wrong, they can go quite wrong because, well, it's an old track with not too much runoff. And the one thing you do need here is confidence. But when these tires switch on, the levels are, you know, I mean, it might not seem much, but, you know, as drivers, as humans with these sensory bags of nerves, particularly when the adrenaline's flowing, those marginal differences which on paper might not seem like much, to a adrenaline-fueled brain feels like a world of difference. I'm so impressed. I've actually tried these tyres in the heat of Dubai, and while they were brilliant there, I'd actually say they're better here with a bit less temperature to maintain a more steadier heat pattern. Whew. Also, what a machine. This thing is bonkers.
There you go. Pretty substantial. You can really see, you know, what it leans on, because I mean that was as chunky as this section here. Yeah. There's obviously this big chunk taken out of the central section. Must really look like lean on basically all of that edge. It is incredible how much you can lean on it. It blows me away, man, honestly. So cool. How many laps do you think you've done around here?
Probably around 1,000 laps.
Oh.
So, yeah.
1,000 laps.
I think last year was like, I tried really crazy to do every time I was here. Yeah. I wanted to do 10 laps a day. Okay. So at the end it was 350 laps.
Wow. So after work, you go straight to
that was tourist. The dream why I moved here, but
sometimes work takes over, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like, honestly, I can't thank you so much for your help. If you're planning on bringing your Porsche to the ring, definitely come see Leon, because these guys will hook you up. You've sorted us out, oil on both cars, tyre fitments on and off. And now we're headed home, sticking on the fresh set of Cup 2s, and yeah, we'll see you next time, man.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you so much. All right, that's it for our time at the ring. Massive thank you to Manthey, the whole team, Leon, Laura, the guys have been absolutely incredible. We're going to drive ourselves back to the UK. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Ciao.